Hey everybody, it's Princess Diana. I wanted to come in and I wanted to speak on something. And it just flashed in my head earlier. I was thinking about. I was talking to a cousin, and she at the time. This was a few years, was several years now. She's still in her 20s, but she's a grown tail woman. Oh my God, my baby's grown. Okay, so I was telling her she was kind of wanting to, kind of excited and was thinking like, ooh, I want to go to Cancun or whatever, like with her friends, right? And her mom was like, nah, I don't think so. Like, nah, you're not going with them. You know how moms can be like, no, you're not going with them or whatever. She's like, why? Why not? Like mom is always tripping, da da da, and I tell her, I'll take her side on anything. She's like my little baby. But I was like, honey, I'm not trying to, put a damper on things. But, with all this stuff in the news, think about the girl. It was one or two girls, I call them babies because I'm in my 40s, even though it's early 40s. Still, they could be my kids if I had, had a teen pregnancy or something. But those babies, I think it was two girls, and it probably been three. It was a Caucasian girl. I don't know if they ever found her body, and I'm pretty sure way more than that. But these were trips, when I say the Caucasian lady, years ago, it was a very popular investigation. And I don't know if they ever did find her somewhere in Mexico, whatever, but, and it was two, African American or black or whatever you want to say, females, young ladies too, as well, in their 20s, like these college age kids, so they might have been in their 20s or teens, late teens, and same thing, went on a trip with their friends, you know what I mean? And well, I think they knew where the one girl's body was. And it's just sad because the one girl, and they showed it it was like on CNN and all that, and I hated to look at that because, all right, with the African American girl, we don't know what happened to the Caucasian young lady, but the reason why I'm calling out the ethnic background is because I'm trying to give inference to the actual which story it is, a reference, because I cannot remember the girl's name. They say it all the time, but let's see, probably within the past 10 years. Okay, but anyways, y'all. So the little girl, the black girl, whatever, she went with her so-called friends, see, and she thought they were her friends. The girl, I'm pretty sure maybe she's a little spoiled or something, treated everybody. Look, your parents have what they have, right? And you have a choice to get more, get less, or get about the same, right? You have opportunities after you get out of your parents' household. So don't hold that over your parents' head or feel jealous or anything because another kid has something that you want. You can get it later. Don't worry about it. You'll probably have more than their parents even have, depending on how you apply yourself. It's not about who has more, and I get it. You feel a type of way in this type of society, but anyways, y'all, going back to the story. Let's say it was 5 friends, right? There was a total of 4 girls and 1 guy, right? And he was, a feminine, I'm trying to say. I want to say, can I say gay? He was a gay guy. Nothing wrong with that. I'm just giving y'all inferences and references, okay, to what was actually going on in the real story, okay? And y'all supposed to all be friends, so it should be cool. And when you're in college, you'll think all these things are cool. But I'm saying this for a reason, y'all. You'll find out at the end. So, the girl had just that year, my cousin wanted to go on this trip, and her mom's like, H no. I'm pretty sure she said H, absolutely H no, or whatever. And my cousin was trying to figure out why. I said, well, baby, I said, to be honest, listen to your mom. She loves you like nobody else in the world. And I said, we love you too. But I said, you gotta listen to your mom sometimes. Yeah, she can be overboard, but this right here, I have to agree with her because this young lady just lost her life because these friends decided to jump on her because they never, so-called friends, these weren't her friends, and because of their jealousy, for whatever reason, where it was a boy that she had been dating, a young man, or it wasn't worth the doggone, it wasn't worth fighting over nobody, but especially, it wasn't worth it. Y'all could have just talked about it. Y'all could have had a simple talk about it, but I get it, you're young. Your hormones are all over the place. Please, just take, if y'all want to take these trips, take a parent with y'all, a guardian. You really should have a guardian or something, because it's dangerous. But, what was I going to say? So, the young lady, she, went with the girls and the guy, one guy. Everything was going okay, I think, as far as what they was telling us on the news. And then she came back. I watched a movie on it, because I never really watched on the news. I couldn't stand to see that boy after the girls was stomping on her and beating her up, that girl. And I don't know if she knew how to. It don't matter if you know how to fight. Now, it's not cool, y'all. Don't jump on people. That's not cool. If you wouldn't want it to happen to you, don't do it to other people. Now, if you like getting jumped on, that's on you. Then go ahead and jump, because it's gonna happen to you. Something's gonna happen to you one day. But anyways, what was I gonna say? Oh, so they jumped on her right later on, or like within, let's say they had been there for 2 days, and the girl paid for everything, y'all. She paid for everything, because maybe she wanted to show off, or maybe she just liked these people. She thought they were her friends, and she just had the money. Her mama was willing to give her the money. Her mama ain't thinking nothing about it. Her mama's not thinking her baby is not coming home. Her mama's thinking, oh, my baby girl is gonna go with her friends, and she's gonna come back safely home to me. She ain't thinking about, and they ain't got nothing to do with no kidnappers and nothing. These are her friends, y'all, so-called friends. Okay, beat her down. The guy jumps on her and beat her down. And I'm here to tell you, men are usually stronger than women. Get that in your head. Don't even test it out. Stop. That's not funny. It's not cool. If you are a man, if you were born a man, whatever you choose to be at that point after that is fine. But with the extra help of the testosterone that you have in your body, baby, you are stronger than most women that have a lot of estrogen in there. Your bone density, everything is a lot more dense. Okay? I don't care how small you are. More than likely, you're stronger than most women. I'm going to say that. There are some strong, burly women out here. There's some strong women out here, right? Not a whole bunch of. It's some strong. When I say strong, and their strength is different. Even though this woman can be strong, if you really put your all into it, oh, you got her. So all I'm saying is not fair, okay, y'all? Please don't be jumping on women, y'all, because you're going to prison, you're going to jail, okay? All right, I want to look out for everybody. Just don't do it, okay, y'all? If she is acting crazy, get away from her immediately, or whatever you got to do, okay? Please, y'all, get that out of your head. I don't care what you like, who you want to be, all this stuff. Don't do it. It's not worth it. It ain't worth it for you, the person you jumping on, or for you. Because when they find out your butt is going to jail, and there's other things that can happen to a person too, not just jail. Okay? But anyways, so the girl gets jumped on, and then while the guy is jumping on her, beating her down, she can't breathe. Or something happened where she couldn't breathe, and then she passed away, y'all. She passed away, and the girl wasn't even breathing. And at some point, I guess he was just so into beating her up, so brutally beating her up, that he couldn't tell the girl was not breathing. After they got done, she wasn't breathing, y'all. And so I'm telling you this story because the girl passed away, right? Because she was with so-called friends. When you're young, sometimes you can't tell who your friends are. And parents know they have kids. You want to tell them, baby, I don't know about that. I don't know if they're your friend. When you pay attention, I really pay attention to my son's so-called friends. And then I can kind of tell when some are friends. Hold on, y'all. Hold on. My son is calling.